All right, Honors Algebra 2, welcome to your Chapter 6 test review. As it says, ready for video. Your test is going to start on Thursday, the 11th of March, and end on Friday, the 12th. Last grade of quarter number 3. So 1 through 6, find f of x plus g of x, f of x minus g of x. H of x minus, oh no, I made a boo-boo. Let's just call that g of x minus h of s. That's not all right. My clear says multiplied. I should have multiplied on 3. All right, but number 1, just add f of x and g of x together. Okay, combine like terms. You're going to subtract on 2, which is now what we're going to do on 3. Make sure that h of x is in parentheses because you're going to subtract a negative, which means you're going to add. All right. 4 is f of x times g of x. First, outer, inner, last. Combine like terms. Then something like 6, take 3 times g of x. Subtract 4 times h of x. Combine like terms. Identify the domain and range of each function. So again, square root of 0 is as low as I can go. I said what's inside the square root equal to 0. I get -7. The domain then is x greater than or equal to -7. If you have a positive x inside the square root, the domain will always be x greater than or equal to some number. If you have a positive root function, then the range will always be y greater than or equal to some number. Y greater than or equal to -5. When x is -7, this is 0. Square root of 0 is 0. 0 minus 5 is a -5. So the value that begins your allowable or ends your allowable values of y is staring right at you. Set what is inside the square root equal to 0. Again, this is a positive 3x. X can be 3 or more. This is a positive root function, so the range is y greater than or equal to 7. This is a positive x inside the square root. When you set it equals 0, you get 7x greater than or equal to 7. This is a negative outside the square root, so the y is going to be less than or equal to some number there. As x gets bigger, y will get smaller. Set what's inside the square root equal to 0. That is a negative x on the inside, so that means the domain is going to be x less than or equal to some number. It can't be 7, it can't be 8, but it can be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So forth. That is a positive number on the outside, so the range is y greater than or equal to 4. All right, just going to keep going here. Compositions. G of -3. Let's figure out, so f of g of -3. Let's figure out what g of -3 is, and then plug that value in for x right there and there. Whatever that is, 3/38 minus... I'm going with that. All right, that is my guess there. At the time, did not want to do it. Okay, g of h of 4. H of 4 is 1. G of 1 is 5. Again, the answer after your second evaluation is the answer. F of 5. Let's figure out what f of 5 is. Well, it's 5. So I already know what f of 5 is. It's going to be 5 again. It's just going to be a loop. F of 5. Going to be 5. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, what do you guys, you are you collecting recycles?
No.
Are you asking for? Oh, great. Oh, man. Can I have, oh, please more trash. Can I have more trash? This, even more? This is great. This will not be, just put them right there. Yeah, this is all live too, guys. I will not edit this out. No, I'm not gonna. Yeah, you guys aren't in the video, but your voices are. They've given me trash, folks. They are depositing trash. Oh, I don't have my mask on either. All right. Anyway, great. Thank you so much. This is your video actually. Honors Algebra 2 students depositing trash to me. Excellent. If you close that, perfect. Thanks. Okay, so that was fun. G of -3. Is 13. So g of -3 is 13. Then we're going to find g of 13. Plug that in and get -19. All right. G of f of x. So it's g of 2x squared minus 9x. I'm going to plug all that in for x in g of x. So it's 7 minus 2 times what I'm plugging in for x. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong one. I was like, oh no, another error. Okay, and I can leave my answer like that. I'm going to be left with an expression, not a single numeric answer. H of g of x. So h of x is 2x minus 7. 2, what I'm plugging in for x, minus 7. What am I going to plug in for x? 7 minus 2x. And I'm left with 7 minus 4x. F of h of 0. H of 0 is negative 7. F of negative 7, 161. All right, find the inverse of each function. So again, all of these should begin with y equals. So I'm going to switch x and y. X equals 5y minus 11. Then I'm going to solve for y. Add 11 to both sides. Divide by 5. F inverse of x is x plus 11 over 5. Y equals 2x minus 7 over 5. So x equals 2y minus 7 over 5. Gonna figure out what y is. I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. Add 7 to both sides. Divide by 2. Y equals. So f inverse of x equals 25. Y equals a quarter x minus 5. So x equals a quarter y minus 5. Add 5 to both sides and multiply both sides by 4. 4x plus 20. 26 here. Y equals 2x squared plus 9. So x equals 2y squared plus 9. Subtract 9 from both sides. Divide both sides by 2. Okay, when you take the square root, got to make sure you put plus or minus. It doesn't have a single inverse. Plus or minus the square root of x minus 9 over 2. 28. Y equals the square root of that minus 7. So x equals the square root of 2y plus 3 minus 7. Add 7 to both sides. Square both sides. Subtract 3, then divide by 2. I did all that at once. Again, these are all ones we can talk about in class. All right, next page here. 29 is a complete jailbreak. Square root of 100 is 10. 2 goes into 12 6 times. 2 goes into 20 10 times. Square root of 36 is 6. 2 goes into 12 6 times. 2 goes into 20 10 times. 2 goes into 6 3 times. Another jailbreak. The cubed root of 8 is 2. 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 goes into 15 5 times. Now we do not, so let's break up 54. The cubed root of 54 is nothing special. So 9 times 6, 18 times 3, 27 and 2, doesn't matter. 9 is 3 and 3. 6 is 3 and 2. So I need a triplet, and I have 3 2s. They break out of jail because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. The cubed root of 27 is 3. 2 is left over inside the cube roots. 3 goes into 10 3 times with 1 left over for the x's. 3 goes into 8 2 times with 2 left over for the y's. Leftovers, which is what you have on 36. The square root of 40, 4 and 10, 2 and 2, 2 and 5. There's your pair of 2s that break out. 2 times 5 stay on the inside of the square root. This imaginary 2 goes into 7 3 times with 1 left over. 3 goes into 13 6 times with 1 left over. No number to worry about here. 5 goes into 32 6 times with 2 left over. 5 goes into 21 4 times with 1 left over. And with the z's, 5 goes into 15 3 times exactly. The leftovers are in the cube roots. All right, let's talk about the other ones in class. 41, I'm going to multiply 3 and 4 on the outside, 12. Then I'm going to multiply with the n. That's going to be 36x to the 8th. Square root of 36 is 6, and this imaginary 2 goes into 8 4 times exactly. 12 times 6x to the 4th is 72x to the 4th. 42, I need to break this up. This answer is not the square root of 90. I can't just do 8 plus 32 plus 50, put in a square root. Square root of 8 is 2 root 2. Shown that here. Square root of 32 is, you got two pairs of 2's that break out. 2 times 2 is 4. That left over 2 right there. Square root of 50 is 5 root 2. I can add them all up because they're all root 2's, 11 root 2. First outer inner last on 44. No other way to do it. 8 root 3 times root 5 is root 15. Plus 2, root 3 times root 2 is root 6. Minus 4, root 2 times root 5 is root 10. Minus root 2 times root 2 is 2. It's root 4, which is 2. Conjugates in 45, the same two terms, opposite signs. So do the first and the last part of FOIL. 3 times 3 is 9. Root 6 times root 6 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. 54 minus 4 is 50. 46, I got to break up root 12, 4 and 3, 2 and 2. I take this 2 and I multiply it with the 4 that's outside. That gives me 8 root 3 plus 75 is 25 and 3. 25 is 5 and 5. 5 times 3 is 15 root 3. 47, I multiply top and bottom by the conjugate of the denominator, root 6 plus 3. So up top it's going to be 4 root 6 plus 4 times 3 is 12. Root 6 times root 6 is 6 minus 3 times 3 is 9. Gives you a negative 3 down below. Dividing by negative is not good, so I'm going to rewrite it like that. And let's talk about 49. Square root of 90, 3 root 10 minus square root of 42 root 10. That gives you one of the root 10s. Whoa, man, you got a lot of, say what, you got a lot of questions here, huh? Write each expression in simplest radical form. You are taking the 6th root of x to the 5th. Well, the first off, this is x to the 1/2, so you're taking the square root of x to the 1st. Simplest form. This would be x to the 1/4, so you're taking the 4th root of x to the 1st. Here, you're taking the 5th roots of x to the 17th. You have x to the 6/11ths. Here you have x to the 13/6. Here you have x to the 4/8. Let's talk about 57 in class. Multiplying with the same base, so add the exponents. Get them to be the same denominator of 12. There we go. 59. You're multiplying these first, so add the exponents. Get them to be over 10. The fractional, the denominators of the fractional exponents, that is. So x to the 11/10ths is now being raised to the 3rd power. 11 times 3 is 33. X to the 33 over 10. Power to power, you multiply, so 4 over 3 times 2, 6, x to the 2/3. Square root of 256 is 16. Then you're going to take the square root of 16, which is 4. Get on 62 here. Get the same denominator. You're going to subtract. 14 over 10, negative 5 over 10. When you subtract, it's going to be 19 over 10. How many? All right, this is the last page. I've done a lot of them. All right, square both sides. On 65, subtract 4, and then square both sides. On 66, cube both sides. As you can see, we've had a coffee spilling incident since the last videos here. 67, we're going to raise both sides to the 4th power. Hey, you can come in. I'm just making a video. I'm almost done here. All right. And then you just put them right there. Awesome. Thank you. On 60, even better. Awesome. Add 7 to both sides, guys. Please keep reading me things, all right? If I could get more plastic bottles, can I have some plastic bags, all right? My dog makes, leaves large waste, so plastic bags are good to put. So if we can bring those, plastic bottles, great, but, if you're going to come in here, let's bring plastic bags also. All right, because what are you talking about? All right, divide both sides by 4. Then I'm going to square both sides, okay? On 70, going to square both sides right away. That's x plus 7. When I square this, 2 times 2, 2 squared is 4. This pops on down, falls on down, pops on out, whatever you want to do. All right, get your answer. Whoa, 71, 72 are starred for a reason. We're going to talk about these in class. So when you square both sides, you got x minus 4, you got to square it. All right, then you got to move the x plus 2 over, and you got to factor. You get x is 7, x is 2. There's a reason we highlighted only 7. Folks, if you plug 2 in there, you get the square root of 4 is a negative 2, and that's extraneous. That's invalid. Again, we will talk about these in class. All right, they're starred for a reason, so because they're obviously challenging, but we can handle them, I think. X minus 7 squared, you're going to square both sides here. Subtract x, subtract 1. 1 multiplies 50, adds to negative 15. You get 5 and 10. Okay, if you plug 10 in here, you get the square root of 9 is a negative 3. That's not good. So 5 is the true answer. So you got to check on the right side. All right, folks, that's been an eventful video there. This is Yak Math Video signing out.